Well, 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 look at what I pulled over, brother. I pulled over a stolen Focus, and as you can see on the left hand side, there are two other Focuses, so they are out in the world. So I'm finna pull this guy out the car and take him to jail.
All right, so welcome back. And as the title shows, we're going to do a State of the Union for the Ford Focus. And this will be the 2016 Ford Focus SE that I have. I have an additional one. Yes, Focused Hands has an additional Focus, the SE and the ST. And here very soon, I'll have the RS that is on the table. On top of that, I'll have a truck. I'm going to get a Tundra. Don't know what year model yet, but it'll probably be something brand new. I'll take that 40% hit. Today, I want to do a little bit of a State of the Union for the Focus to let everyone know where I'm at on this car. A couple months ago, I did a video on this car actually passing over 100,000 miles. So I think now it has, let me just see. It has 102,243. 05 ST has 106,000 miles, as y'all seen in a video I did for that updated sometime last week, I think. The videos are all starting to blur together with the focused hand stuff and the focused arm stuff. And I haven't even begun to talk about the house focus stuff because I mean I behind the scenes I don't even know how I sleep nowadays because I've been really busy. I've been out here hustling, if you know what I mean. Uh Trying to learn and sponge as much as I can uh and kind of grow from that. But back on topic with the focuses, that this car 2016 has 102,000 miles on it. And I think over the past, I think 4 years that I've owned this car, I think I've put 40,000 miles on this car since I've owned it. I think right around 40,000, maybe 39,000, 38,000 something miles on this car. While the ST is getting rebuilt and whatever, this has been my daily driver and whatnot. But back to the original thought of the video, the State of the Union, there are some issues that I'm going to have to address in the upcoming videos for this car. What I've noticed after changing the uh, PVC, I don't think it's a PVC, the PCV, I forget the valve, the solenoid valve for this car, and forgive me for that. That system, when I changed that, the car instantly started running better. Instantly it started running better. There was no more hesitation and whatever. You can watch that video. I put it out there. I probably will remember the name when I rewatch the video later. That's not the point. The point is I have some different issues that I'm going to need to address very soon. One of those issues is dealing with the temperature. When the car is in the colder climate, this car runs smoothly. There's no hesitations. There's no hiccups. There's no RPM drops that you feel like the car wants to die, but it doesn't in cold environment. And right now, the weather here in Texas is back in the 40s, high 30s, and people wanted me to paint my ST and don't realize that February is one of the colder months for Texas. And we just got some freak weather the last 2 weeks at 80 degrees. It was 85 degrees in Texas the last 2 weeks, and now we're back to 30s, high 30s, low 40s. It's crazy. I wasn't fooled. So before I get off topic, and I probably already forgot what I was going to be talking about. So past that, so yeah, I did that swap and things got better. Now I'm noticing that cold weather, the car runs smoothly, but last week when the weather was 85 degrees, this car had problems sitting at a stoplight, uh, and it would idle. I would say around like 700, 600, 8, 7, 600. You can't really tell when you're looking over here. It doesn't give you any meters. I mean, can you tell which ones zero to that zero. I mean, I guess that's 0 to 5, and then that'll be 1,000. So I guess yes, someone someone with half a mind could tell that that would be 500. So it sits a little bit above the 500 mark. So I would say around like 6 to 700. I mean, there we go, 6 to 700. And sometimes it feels like the car wants to die. It's like it struggles to breathe. Even it's like it's not getting enough air to burn the fuel when the car's running, and it really puts you in dead space, if you will. Shout out to the game Dead Space. But it really puts you in a dead space because you don't know if the car is going to die in the middle of the street or not. It doesn't, but I don't want to ride around town with a car that might die in the street. So I did a little research. What might this be? What might be causing the car to die or to act like it wants to die if it isn't the solenoid that I replaced? Because that was primary issue number one. Uh, what could it be? I looked at cold versus hot. It's in hot temperatures, it actually wants to die, and cold, it doesn't. So this could be several issues. It could be, well, spark plugs. It could be fuel injectors. The other thing that it could be is fuel pump. It could be an early sign that the fuel pump is on its way out, right? Fuel pump is on its way out. The problem with this car is it's so low to the ground that I can't do a fuel pump swap like I did on the ST in the garage on this car because it's just too low. You got to jack this thing up so high, and it's just not safe. I would actually need to get it on the lift to do it, and I got a perfect shop that I take it to get that done because they have the lift. I don't have one. But so those are the issues that are going on with the fuel system, I believe. And the fuel filter for this is like internal. It's in the fuel tank, if I believe correctly. Because I looked for this thing outside of the car, or where the ST would have it, and it's not there. So I think it's actually internal in the fuel tank if it has one. Uh, the second thing that I've noticed as an issue with the car is the leak coming from the shift tower. This one's actually been going on for quite some time. I just haven't had enough time to get to it. So I'll be doing a video on that for sure, on tearing the battery, taking the battery stuff out and getting to the shift tower, jacking up the transmission side of the motor, and taking the shift column out, the shift tower out, and then using some type of, I think I'm going to use like rubber gasket sealer to seal that in. It's the same issue that happens on the ST. So if you still driving the ST, and leave me a comment down in the comment section if you are, because thank you for keeping the car on the road. But ST, SE, S, whatever. If you're still driving the 2005 version, 2000, 2005, heck, even the 1999s. If you're still driving those, uh, if you haven't, if you've done any like transmission work on that tower at all, if we're talking about manuals here, you will see that there is leakage from transmission fluid on that shift tower. And it's just because in the books, they don't tell you, at least from what I read, it doesn't tell you to use any type of sealant to um, keep the fluid from leaking out from the bottom side of the tower when you go to screw it in. Common sense isn't common anymore, but you know, I didn't do it. So now I didn't have to do it for this car, but I see it and I have to fix the problem because I'm losing transmission fluid. And this car has the same type of transmission fluid as the automatics, and that just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. For the ST, obviously, it's different. It's that Mercon 5 stuff, or I forget, but it's something that's hard to find now. So losing transmission fluid is not something you want to do in a car like that as they age. Stuff gets hard to find. So that's going to be my next scope while I'm waiting for the weather to get better for more work on the ST. I do plan to get the car back road service ready for March so that I can begin the dual exhaust stuff on the 2005 Ford Focus. But this car, since I do daily this right now, until I get the truck and et cetera, and the RS, I won't daily the RS, but I need to get this thing up to speed, if you will, so that I can continue enjoying my drive and not be stuck on the side of the road, found on side of the road dead Ford, right? I haven't personally had that happen in a very long time in my Fords, mainly because the Fords that I drive are decent. You can't say anything. Name one person out here who got something to say bad about the '05 Focus, '04, '05 Focus, '06, '07 Focus. You still see these jokers out here riding around because they're cheap, they're easy to fix, and those engines are almost bulletproof. I mean, hey, say what you want. Say that I'm cheap or whatever. You know, my car's paid off. You know, I don't have a car note, so uh, it is what it is. But that's kind of what I wanted to go over for you all today, and you know, and use 12 minutes of your time, 13 minutes of your time uh, that you can't get back to see what's going on in the Focus 10's world. I do appreciate each and every one of you that came here to listen to me talk about this stuff and where we're going to go in the near future. I got some content coming out with FRT triggers, opening on the new builds that I'm working on. So you got to sit tight for that. I showed you a little sneak peek a couple days ago, maybe yesterday, a couple days ago yesterday. It all blends in together. I showed you a little sneak peek of what's to come. Now you're gonna have to stick around for that. And you know, hey, do what you got to do. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.